Howard, Maps and Records, LBRE. And Jay, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Yeah, both of us are working on that. So we're just here to kind of go over what AutoCAD WS is, what you can do with it, all right? And then we'll have some time for questions in the at the back end of the session. All right. So on the outline today, we have what is it, why use it, what can you do with it? Just repeating myself there. We're going to show how to get started. You can link your Box account inside of this, so you can open up, view, edit AutoCAD files. And we'll also show you the browser version of the viewing and editing tool or application, and the iOS. It also has an app for Android. If you have any Android devices, you can use that. And then we'll do a little quick couple bullet comparisons and then have questions. So AutoCAD WS is basically, it's pretty easy to use. The tools are on the ribbon, which you'll see shortly. You don't need any software on your computers or tablets. Don't need to have any plugins like you used to with the DWF files. Works with mobile devices. You can basically have one file and use that file as your source. Everyone can access it. You know that you're getting the most accurate information. You can also collaborate with that as well. Multiple people can be going in and making changes to the file at the same time. You can basically have a little work session from two different places in the world, if you will. We consider it efficient and accurate mainly because if you do, say, paper plots, and then you're going to go out and measure something, make up notes or whatever on that paper plot, then that's static information. You have to scan that paper if you want to archive that. Whereas if you had the tablet out in the field, you can do all of your updatings, offset walls, create doors if it's a floor plan, or whatnot. And that information then is basically, it's synced with that AutoCAD file. And then lastly, it's secured. It's based on, similar to how Box works, it's a cloud-based service, and it's at a confidential level. So I probably went through a bunch of these as well already, but you can record changes, which is kind of nice. You can upload versions of the floor plans, and you can basically click on dates of time to see how the floor plan changed. As you can tell, I'm in the floor plan world. I do a lot with the floor plan, so that's why I keep using that. But it could be exterior, building information, outdoor structures, or whatnot, whatever you want to have in DWG files. Okay. Can also be where you have AutoCAD files for a project, a plans review project, or whatever. You want to share them with someone. They don't have AutoCAD. They don't know how to use AutoCAD, but you want them to be able to view it. You can just upload it here, share it with them through an email, which we'll go over. They can pop the link, open it up, and view that information. Okay. So we have the demo mode next, and Jay, do you want to run through the initial setup?
We're going to go through right now. First of all, there's a little setup.
Wait, can I stop you real quick? For those of you logged into WebEx, can you hear Jay speaking?
Not very loud.
I'll come
actually,
up.
It's not. Yeah.
Okay, he'll come a little closer then.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go through two
There we
things.
go.
First of all, we're going to go through a minor setup inside of Box.com. I don't know if all of you are familiar with Box.com. They did a tech talk on that earlier in the year. That's something that's offered to all Stanford employees through your SynNet ID. So we're going to go in there and make one minor change, and then we're going to go into AutoCAD WS and actually connect directly to Box. Box right now is the Stanford choice for storing your data in the cloud, so we're recommending that everybody keep their data in Box, and we'll show you the things that you can and can't do with data in Box in AutoCAD WS. So I think at this point we're ready to go into the demo and do the Box portion of this first. So, and if you're not familiar with Box, you just go to you can see it up there. It's Stanford
.box.com.
.com, and
I'm already logged in.
it'll require you to do an initial setup, but then you'll automatically have space up in the cloud in box.com through Stanford. So we're in here. The one change you have to make is in the tools up at the top, the little gear. You have to go in there and you have to go into the account setting. And down at the bottom, you have to create an external password. The Stanford account is a single sign-on, and if you read that top line there, it just says that if you're going to use an external application, you need an external password. So this is a password you definitely want to remember. You're going to need it inside of AutoCAD WS to connect back to Box.
And if you're not sure if you've already created one, you can do like I've done. I've done this. This is probably my 5th time. Just go in and type it in the password using the same one, and just hit save. So that way you'll see where this comes up in a minute.
Okay, so that's it. That's all you need to do inside of Box to use Box in AutoCAD WS. So we're going to get out of Box now and go into AutoCAD WS. And do you want to log out?
Sure.
This is the screen you'll see. And again, we've got all the links available. They'll be available in the Tech Talk area online. But this is just www.autocadws.com. You can go to that website and you just have to create an account.
Did everyone? We have handouts too that we can provide if you don't have one. In the website, the links are on here as well. Go ahead.
So you'll go into create an account. And up will pop just a typical sign-in sheet, again with a password. This will be a password for AutoCAD WS. So that's the password you will need to log in to AutoCAD WS. So you just have to fill that out and create your account.
Yeah. So it's just email, name, password, and then you have your free account set up in AutoCAD WS. You can upload files.
This doesn't download anything to your computer. This is strictly a web-based operation, so all you're doing is logging onto the web.
Yeah, just like webmail,
yeah.
Hotmail, Yahoo Mail, whatever.
So,
similar.
Adobe's already done that, so he's not going to do it again.
So I will cancel that.
And so then inside of AutoCAD WS,
I'm actually just going to log in real quick on my account. And usually I type really fast, but not today.
Yeah. A web service. And I'm sorry, I've got a little bit of hearing issue.
So I'm going to repeat the question because we do have a WebEx. We have some people coming in. So the question is for the drawings that are available here, are they 2D or 3D in Revit?
Yeah, the app for the mobile supports 3D. I've never personally opened a Revit drawing in it, so I don't know what that looks like. The web-based version at this point does not support.
Yeah. So the web-based there is documentation on the getting started. It says it's only 2D on the web-based application, and because this is I believe it's using Flash, you won't be able to use the web browser on the iPad. You'll have to use the app on the iPad. So
but the app does support 3D. So.
All right.
Okay, so to finish the box connection, you need to go to the drawing. On the left there, you'll see there's 3 things: messages, drawings, and editor. Adobe will get into that in a little bit. But under drawing, up at the top, there's a connect button. So you will click on the connect button.
Should I go ahead and delete my
Sure.
box? I'm just going to delete my link to box right here. I'll say yes. So it's gone. And go to connect,
And right there in the pull down, you just grab the box.com, put in the username and password that you created in your box account. This is the one.
It's basically your your SUNET ID, right? For Box, when you log in using your SUNET ID.
If that's the one you create. This is the password you created in Box.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you use the external password that you created, right?
And of course, you can name the folder whatever you want. So he's got a folder now that says Box, and if he opens that, he's seeing all of his files and folders that he's got in Box.com. Those are just all available.
So as an example, there's a base map folder here. If I go into my Box account and look at my files and wait, it's thinking. Here's the base map folder. Right. So the view looks a little bit different, but it's basically pulling the data from the server where Box is storing the files. Okay. All right.
So that's it. It's pretty easy to get started once you know the steps.
What would be the use for there something to someone that doesn't have access to a server or different departments or what could be?
I mean, we're starting to use Box. We're starting to use Box.com for anybody we need to send files to now. We're not using an FTP site any longer. We're using Box for that.
Mm-hmm.
Another use is in our shops. We put all the utilities up in Box.com, and they're using AutoCAD WS to view them. So they've got a mobile device now out in the field. They're looking at that information through AutoCAD. So, but again, it's sharing drawings between, like if a contractor sends somebody a set of drawings. It's a great tool for people who don't know anything about AutoCAD because it gets you into the AutoCAD environment in a much simpler form, much more user friendly.
But you do need to have a need to use AutoCAD files, view them, manipulate them. If you don't have a need for that, then there's no reason to go here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
If you, and we'll talk about this more later, but if you are going to a mobile device like a tablet, the AutoCAD app there can be very, very useful when you're outside of your office because it downloads the files directly to your mobile device, and therefore you don't need to have an internet link. You don't need to have a 4G connection.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I have the AutoCAD WS app on my Android phone, and sometimes an email came up. In fact, it was 2 or 3 days ago, and I got an email. It was at night. I was at home, and I wanted to pull up the floor plan and look at it, and even maybe make some notes on that and save it. So I have access to that. I go out into the building. There's a renovation on the first floor, and I want to take dimensions and track those dimensions. Rather than write it on paper and keep that paper in a folder, I want electronic information on what the dimensions were that I took, so I can track all that information electronically and then keep that with the file. So those are just some other examples as well. Okay. Should I go ahead and I'm just going to go through then into the viewing of files. Kind of what the application looks like. All right. I've uploaded a few files as you can see. Some of them are shared with other people, but I'm not going to go through that too much. I will just go ahead and open up. Actually, I can open up this shared file, but let me step back and start over here on the messages side. So you do have the 3 tabs here.
Just
yes.
One quick thing. There are some differences. The app version is much simpler. So he's going to show you everything on the web. And then at the very end, we'll bring up the mobile app and just show you some of the different.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to probably next 10 minutes or so go through this. So messages, you can see who's shared files with you. For example, this one here was sent to me by Jay. Anything that Autodesk wants to release, any information, is also available here. Typically, I don't do too much in the message area. It doesn't really give me too much. I typically go straight to my files right here. There's, so I can create folders. I can create a folder and then share that folder with someone. So I don't want them to have access to everything I do. I'll create a folder, drag files into that, share that folder, and then they can have that access to that information. And then you can set the rights as well on that folder. Okay? And it's basically by email address, similar to the way Box works. So that's kind of the new folder up here. You got delete, connect. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go through the share later, so I'm not going to touch on that one right now. So I'm going to double click on this file here, bring up this floor plan. This is a ribbon-based, I guess, is what you would just call this application. You have your tool set up here on the top. You have different tabs that you can go through. You can hover over, gives you, stretch command, mirror, various things. You got annotate, insert. Viewing, I can pan, see the little pan tools. Most of this stuff is kind of standard, so when you see it, you'll know what it is here. Pan around. I have a mouse, so I can use the wheel. I can zoom in and out with the mouse. I can also do a right click, similar like in AutoCAD, and I can use the pan or zoom features here on the right click option. So there's various options as well. So again, the ribbon tools up here. Yes. Can you import what? You can update. These plot styles are saved in the drawing. Okay, it's not in a CTB folder on your desktop. So you would it comes with the drawing. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The e-transmit would grab that. Like this drawing here has the famous CAD 08 CTB file, which is located on the D drive of my computer, but it actually uploaded it. Yeah. And presumably, I haven't tested it, but presumably it would do the same with XREF files as well. It brings that up. And I only know from what I've read, there's a lot of how-tos, YouTube videos, links, all of that is accessed through the help link. I'll try to get to that later. But we do have the tutorial link here, and also the presentation will be put up on the LBRE Tech Talks site. Okay, that will go out. Down here at the bottom are some more navigation tools, or not necessarily navigation, but just other tools you can use. You do have pan, and your zooming options are down here. If you're familiar with AutoCAD or CAD packages, you can turn the snap on and off, so you can snap to specific corners, sections. Ortho, so you can just draw in 90 degrees. So like if I come up here and go into draw and say select the align command, I can do a line and see how it's not snapped. I can go any angle. I can specify a distance. You can see it right here. I can just say, it says 15 feet. I can just type in 22 feet, hit enter, and it'll kind of draw that there. What I can do, I can select it and delete it as well. But I'm sorry, what? Front lights on? Yeah, I'm not sure about. I think this is a whole bank of rows right there. Yeah. I can, if I select everything like this, multi-selection is currently limited to 200 objects. Okay, if I select less than 200 objects, I don't know if this will help, but I can change the color and make everything white. It stands out a little bit better for you, huh? Yeah. It's a little hard to see back there. But and you can choose the layer, active layer, right here on the pull down. So there's a lot here. I mean, a book could be written on this stuff. What's that? You want me to shut off? Is that better? Yay, sure. I heard you, seen you pointing. I wasn't sure. My shirt unbuttoned. What's going on? All right. Change the layers. I can draw on the. I'm not going to do the stair layer because blue is going to be hard to see, but I can just make that my active layer and draw a line. The ortho that I was talking about down here, turn it on, so now I'm just drawing in straight lines and angles or whatever. Okay. What's also nice is there is a command line, so if you are familiar with AutoCAD, like the line I just drew, I just typed in L and hit the space bar. That's what I would do in AutoCAD. That's the line command. Okay, I can type E in space bar, and now you can see down here in the command, I'm in erase, and I got this little tool right here, and I can just kind of select this. Okay, well I can't select it. It's a select first and then run command. So it's got to get used to selecting first and then run your command instead of hitting erase and trying to select the command. Okay, I can hit Z and a space bar and go into a zoom window. I can close this command thing because I really don't want to see that. Just to let you know, you can use shortcuts with the letters if you're familiar with AutoCAD. Otherwise, just simply come in here into the view and use these tools up here. You get pretty familiar with it. And I'm going to try to stick to these tools now just to help you out. But so one thing I did do over here is earlier is I just added some text. Remove door, added door here. You could actually even put the door in if you wanted to. Right? I can right click, zoom extents. Oh, I don't want to zoom extents. Right click, zoom, come in here. I can select, go into draw, select this. I do have some options right here. One of the options is copy. I can copy that door, move it over here. It does copy multiple, so I need to get out of that multiple copy. Grab that. I can take this and rotate it, make this my base point, rotate it around so it's in that 90 degrees, place the door, move it, place it. Can trim these lines if I wanted to. I might want to zoom in a little bit more. So, but anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on the drafting, but I could trim and put the door in. I can even make sure that what I didn't show is make sure that put the door in the right location. So you can specify distances as well when you're going in. So I just keyboard, this thing is right on the edge. It's messing me up. Am I hitting the right button? Something happened there. Anyway, but you can do offsets. I could take this line right here, and I can go ahead and offset that line. It's going to ask me how far. Maybe they put in the door, I don't know, 6 feet from that wall. So I can create this line, and that can be my base point for plopping that door in, extending that over. Okay. So just some example tools, and I can save this information as well. So that was basically just kind of going over the editing options as far as the drawing and trimming and extending. Went through your view options. You can view multiple layouts. Some files, like this one, has a layout with a title block on it, or I can work in model space. Kind of nice. I can manage layers here, turning layers on and off. I can create a new layer, set a layer current, basically a lot of the stuff that you do in AutoCAD is available here. Not quite everything, but. And if you don't like working with the black background, you can definitely change that into hitting OK there, changing that into white, and that makes it a little bit easier to see too, except for the yellow. All right. I guess that's it. We can go into the sharing mode now. You want to go through that?
So we're going to get into the mobile device now. I'm going to, yeah.
Do I have access to that, or is that doing anything?
That's not actually on my screen. So.
That's not on your screen? Okay. What's that?
You can, what you can do is in regular AutoCAD, or if the drawing comes to then you go to the layout, show you can print from there. And also I'll show you how to do that directly from the drawing. You can set it to. So, am I actually showing up on there?
Are you moving around?
I just changed the screen so it looks like I'm not.
May have sat for too long.
Too long, yeah.
Timed out.
I need to do it on my end.
I started it back up.
We just need to get the iPad connected back to the wireless, so it could be displayed here on the screen.
Yay. Okay, so I'm going to go into...
Would you mind standing over here so the
Yeah. Sorry, I
you're closer to the
trying to
microphone?
show mine and it's on the screen. Yeah. That's Air Server, and it actually, the software is loaded on the laptop, and it works automatically with an iPad. I don't know about a phone. But it doesn't work on the standard Stanford wireless. No, not a problem. It's a great product. I love this piece. Okay, so I don't know if I did that too quickly, but I just went in. There's an app you can download from from the App Store. Sorry, not iTunes. From the App Store. It's AutoCAD WF. You just go and download that, and you'll end up with an AutoCAD WF icon like that one. You do the sign-on just like Adobe had there. I'm seeing the exact same stuff that I would be seeing through the web on my desktop. This is the same data. So I've gone ahead and downloaded a drawing here. And you can see that I've got a lot of the same capabilities. I can do a touch screen and do my panning and zooming that way. And just using my finger there. There's a toolbar down at the bottom. Again, if I click on the editing or drawing one, it's got several tools, nowhere near the amount of tools that are available on the web one. But it is a nice set of tools to do some very, very basic work. There's also a text button for doing clouds, and again, I just use my finger, and you can do some quick text. And so you can do some very, very quick stuff on here with a touchpad. It's got the layers in here. The only thing you can do with layers on the app is turn them on and off. That's all you can do. Anything you draw on the app actually goes onto that layer. You see the first one there, the AutoCAD WS layer. That's, you can't add a new layer on the app and draw on that. You can only draw on the AutoCAD WF layer. So it's a little limited there. There's a button here for if you're looking at 3D solid, a 3D wireframe, or a 2D. If I put this into 3D wireframe, I think I can, yeah, see, I can spin it. So you do have some 3D capabilities there. A flat floor plan, it doesn't look very nice, but you can definitely do it. So other tools down here, this again is looking between the different layouts that are available. These were all created, again, the layouts were created in you can pick colors that you want to draw in. You can put locations down. So it's pretty basic stuff. But it's enough to get a little bit of work done. So if I wanted to share this drawing with Adobe, I would go to the Share button. And you can see there's two things down there. There's Share and there's Plot. If I share it, an email comes up and I send this to Adobe. I want to share this drawing with you, and I just go ahead and share it. And he'll get an email that has a link in it to this drawing. Can I pull it up here? Sure. He's going to try and pull it up on his phone. While he's pulling that up, I'll show you the other portion. And that would be plotting. So again, you can pick a CTV file. And here there's just grayscale and none. I haven't seen being able to bring your own CTV file into the app. You can do it in the web version. I haven't seen it yet. I'm plotting to a PDF. There's an HP printer thing in there. Am I doing model? Am I doing one of the layouts? What's my paper size? Got a whole listing of paper sizes based on what you're trying to do. I'm just going to leave it where it is right now. And in this case, I'm going to do display, and I'm going to do it landscape. I can fit it to paper, or I can put in a scale. In this case, I'm just going to leave it fit to paper because I'm just doing a display, and I'm going to hit the plot button. Again, it brings up the email. I say Adobe is the lucky recipient. Might need to use my laptop. It's trying to go into the browser. And so it's creating a PDF of my display and sending it to Adobe. Well, once you have the PDF, it's just a PDF, so you can do whatever you want with it. But what you would do is if you were trying to plot this, I think the only plotting option that they have right now, other than the PDF, is adding an HP printer, and that's a software package that comes with the newer HP printer. Like the T1300 we've got over in our place now, you can actually set it up for e-printing. But I don't think, other than creating a PDF, I think that's the only option for now. Should I jump over and show you on the email? So he'll show you real quick if he actually got anything. Again, that's the area I plotted, and you'll see hopefully what he shared.
This one here. There's a PDF file. That's not the PDF file. What's the time on that?
243. That's it. That's the PDF.
Okay.
So open that up.
Well, I can open the PDF.
So that's the PDF. Pretty simple.
I was hoping.
Where that's going to work well in our group is if somebody's got their mobile device out in the field, they see something different, wrong, needs a change, they file it, they create a PDF, and send it. I get a notification, I get a drawing, right then there. Something that needs to be fixed in the field.
Static, active, didn't draw up, and shaped it as today's work, or how did that mess up the base draw?
Okay, that's a good question.
So that the next person goes and then sees all the stuff on the drawing, like, what's all this stuff?
If the drawing is stored in AutoCAD WS, it actually keeps versions in a timeline. If it's kept in box, it's actually updating the original. So in box, it's not an option. If the drawing is kept in the AutoCAD WS server, then there's version. So for important critical data, for any data that you feel be absolutely fine. Yeah.
Well, box is Stanford approved, right? It's the confidentiality level.
But for Stanford, and for me, that's underground utility information. That has to be very secure.
Yeah. But on the timeline here, here's the original file. I can look at that right here. I can even change the view to model space, so you can see right here there's nothing there. And then I can go to the current version, and that has his edits on there. So
This drawing
No.
is in AutoCAD.
We're in AutoCAD WS. So do you have this open?
Yes.
So if I draw a line here and then jump back to, where are you? Right here? Is that you? Okay. Can you pan around?
Yeah,
So he sees, so we can communicate inside or on the phone and talk about something, and he can know, I'm not talking about this door. He can circle it and say, I'm talking about this door, and on my screen it will refresh, and I'll see the information that, the clouds he's making on the drawing. Not instantaneous, but within seconds. Yeah, just another cool feature that might be handy, depending on, what you...
Yeah, another point to your question is, for me with utilities, I don't keep my quote original, because I have to use box. I don't keep my original in box. I keep a copy of box that's for everyone to use and work with and cloud and send updates, do that, and then I replace that very regularly with another copy.
Yeah. And we do the same with the floor plans as well. Our master folder is on the server, but our save command saves a copy onto Box, so those users that we collaborate with can download those floor plans. Did you have a question?
I'm sorry, the what? Oh, the area. What it does offer is, I want to show that, Toby.
You want me to go over to,
What they offer is a Google.
where is that? View, insert, view, no, yeah, Google Maps.
What'd you do?
Is this because it's your share?
Oh, it's going down. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's because it's my share.
Okay, so I'm limited on
So this
On
one
that.
is-
So, okay, I will open a new drawing. Also, real quick, if you have multiple drawings open on the bottom, you see these tabs here, so you can tab back and forth if you were to have multiple drawings. And now let's go back to here. So, Google Maps.
There's a Google Maps. I've played around with it. It doesn't work very well. They need to do some serious improvements. It's really difficult. It's really difficult for me, I tried to place the campus as an example. It's really difficult to get it placed. You've got to scale the drawing. You've got to pick a point as your point of reference for the drawing as compared to the aerial. I found it close to unusable. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't play around with it. And if I had like a drawing of a floor plan or something and I was trying to get it placed on top of a building in Google, that might be easier. I started with the biggest thing I could possibly find, the entire Stanford lands, and tried to place that. And so I found it not very useful. I have not tried to bring one of our drawings with an aerial in here, but I don't think it'll work.
The aerial images might be too large. There is a limitation on file size when working in here, and that's 25 megabytes. Yes. So if you have a file that is larger than 25 megabytes, then unfortunately it's not going to work. So it's more of a thin client. So. Okay. Is there any other questions from anyone? You can insert, you can create blocks. You work with blocks and insert blocks. You can attach an image to I don't know, you take a picture of a door, a sink, or a classroom, something, you want to insert it into the drawing and make notes. You can do that as well, just attach image. You do have to, under attach image, either have an image already in the system, or you can upload a new image. There's a link right here to go to your network server or desktop or whatever and upload that image. So, and I had to upload an image of my daughter there to try to see what she looked like on the floor plan. It's a large image. All right. Anything else we need to cover?
That's the end of our presentation.
I guess one thing I can go over is the help link. So just clicked on help, load up a thing over here. So there are various things here. Getting started, going box.com is getting that box link set up. Learning a little bit more about the app for the iOS or the Android. So under getting started, there's various information, screenshots, how to create an account, kind of all the things that we went through already. Pretty nice. Just something for you to think about, and you can go to the blog as well and check out some of their videos that they have available. Just in case you don't get back to this for another week or two and you want to try to go and create an account, all you got to remember, or take this handout, AutoCADWS.com. It's free to create, view DWG files, share them, collaborate with other people if you have a need to do that. All right?
The price is right.
The price is right.
It's a great way to get into AutoCAD. I think the web version is a great way to get into AutoCAD if you have very limited experience with AutoCAD. It's not as intimidating as the full-blown product, and it's really a good way to sort of get a basic understanding.
All right? Okay, sure. Thanks.